Now we'll be showing you how to install RAM properly. We just did your processor heatsink, which is an important first step. You always do this before you install your computer to your case. But this is an important next step. You do not need to do this inside it. You can do this inside the case. It does not have to be external, but this is smart to do it in this way. So, how do you determine what's the right RAM? So your board will say on its documentation or online what type of RAM it accepts. And if you get nicer RAM, it will say on the front of it what type of RAM it is. See? It will either say that on the tags or on the actual cooling assembly for the RAM. Another way to do it is to make sure your processor and motherboard can actually handle the speed of the RAM. As for more experienced people, it will all work nonetheless if you get the right type of RAM. So, this board, since it's modern Ryzen, accepts DDR4 only. You cannot swap, change, or interchange the RAM between each generation, unless the board supports 2 different generations of RAM. Some older boards support DDR2 and DDR3. I do not know of any boards that support DDR3 and DDR4, but I'm sure there's some out there that exist. But those are the only boards that can accept 2 types of RAM, but they do not run at the same time. So, like I said before, you can check the tags and read what type of RAM it is. This board is a modern Ryzen, so we'll only be accepting DDR4, which, if you can't tell, this is not DDR4. The differences between the generations is the speed, and the general is the speed, reliability, and voltage usage. You cannot put different generations in, as they will simply not fit due to the notch in the middle, and the pins are different widths and different voltages are applied to each and every single generation of RAM. So you quite simply take your RAM, make sure you figure out the optimal configuration. Most modern boards will simply tell you whether or not you have your RAM in the optimal configuration, and they'll yell at you whenever you turn your computer on at boot up. And make sure you have it in the correct direction, and you press evenly on both sides until you hear a click. That is when you know your RAM is seated. And you quite simply do this for the rest of your sticks of RAM. Voila. Now another possible thing you might want to install is additional cards. Let's say your motherboard doesn't support a video output, or your processor doesn't. You would want a video card. Now this would be the most common PCI or PCIe port adaptation card. This will be the most common card. So a graphics card can range from a variety of things, to this small little baby boy here, up to this chunky beast right here. Is that big? Now, how do you know whether or not a graphics card will fit in your port? So first you gotta check which type of connection it uses, whether or not it uses we had a wee fall. So you can check what type of connection. All modern cards, even old ones, will have PCIe times 60. Quite simply, install it.